Doodlelog 002 The Underland Project. July 29, 2019. I just landed on a big bug island, and I'm currently getting ready to explore it. I've flown a drone to have a better view of it, and saw that it is indeed shaped like a big bug. The island was formed after a light that emerged from the previous production diary hit the ocean. I have reason to believe that this island is somehow connected to my current project. I decided that before starting my exploration of it, I'd record this new log to share some information about the said project. I started the Underland project with the objectives of creating 5 3D animated short films based on some events from the book Gregor the Overlander by Suzanne Collins. It is a Doodle Notes Productions fan mode web series project focused on improving my skills and knowledge in producing 3D animated films. At the same time, bringing to life a portion of a story that inspired me to become a storyteller. Episode 1 of the project made great progress last year by producing 3 short animations presenting the major characters of the episode. I also published a number of videos sharing the process of how each are made. I managed to finish the animatics for episode 1 as well, and also recorded my progress on the project through the production diaries. Last year ended with the project being temporarily halted due to some unexpected events. These events were stated on the first entry of this log. Earlier this year, I decided to share to the public episode 1's animatics. Along with that is a poll asking assistance in choosing which step should be taken next regarding the project. Among the choices, the first choice garnered most votes. I am taking into account the results of the poll, but the final decision regarding the future of the project is still uncertain. It is certain, however, that I will be finishing episode 1 and observe how well it will perform after I deliver it to the public. The future of the project depends on its performance, and the future of episode 1 depends on whatever it is that I'll find out once I venture into the island's only cave. The expedition will be starting first thing tomorrow. The journey may or may not be long, and it may or may not be filled with all sorts of challenges. Regardless of what awaits me, I believe I've prepared enough for this voyage, and I'm ready to take it on. My name is MJ Vilches, and yeah. Gotta get some rest. Big day tomorrow. So, yeah. Hello everyone, my name is MJ Vilches, and that's Doodlelog 002, which talks about the Underland project, our current project. So yeah, I just want to show to you guys that one, so that if you don't know what the Underland project is, you'll know what it is through that video, because that's like the latest latest update about the project, the current plan that I'm like following in making the project. But yeah, for this stream, this is actually part 3 of creating our entry for this month's hashtag TUPR challenge, which is the title is the Coiler. So yeah, this is part of the Underland project, obviously, to make more fan arts based on the book Gregor the Overlander by Suzanne Collins. And yeah, this is we're now in July, so there's like 5 artworks, or May, June, 7 artworks, I think. But not really 7 because I kind of cheated on February. But yeah, there's probably like I've already made a lot of fan arts for Gregor the Overlander, which is one of the mission of the Underland project. But yeah, right now we are gonna be working on the Coiler for this month's challenge. And the Coiler, as I said in the previous videos, if you've seen those, it's like a thing that LUXA and a few other Underlanders can do that would quickly ruin a spinner web cage, a giant spider's web cage, and just to quickly destroy it. That's what the Coiler is. It's like a maneuver with the rider of a bat, like extending his or her sword towards the spider web cage and then just spinning so fast, just so it would be sliced in a faster way. And that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to like show here in this fan art. So yeah, for this part, we're gonna be doing some inking. So yeah, yesterday, I did more sketches, and I actually did some sketches off camera or without recording it. I finished doing some like kind of detailed sketches of Marith and Gregor here. So yeah, here's LUXA doing the Coiler, and here's the damage she did. There's Vicus and Solivet right here, right behind her, and then Henry raising his sword, doing a battle cry of some sort. And there's Marith, and then Gregor with boots crying on her back, on his back, on a bag. He's carrying boots on this baby bag carrier thing that the Underlanders have, just not that different from the ones that we use. So yeah, today we're gonna be doing some inking, and to do that, I'm actually gonna be I'm gonna like make different grease pencil objects for each of these elements here. So one grease pencil object for LUXA, one for Vicus and Solivet, and so on and so forth. So before adding a grease pencil object, I am just gonna put the cursor here. So because we are gonna add the grease pencil object right here, right on LUXA. So we still have that. If you look here, we still have that like parallax happening between each of them, so that if needed, we can like change the angle later on of the camera. So as you can see, there's like parallax. I can probably even make like a quick like animation or something, just the camera moving, not the whole thing, because that would take so much time, and I need to animate more shots for episode 1 today. And yeah, there are like 6 more shots until every animation for all of the shots of episode 1 is done. So this week, the main animations will be done, and then I'll be moving on to the refinement stages of episode 1's animation. But yeah, for now, let's work on our artwork here. So I'm just gonna put the cursor right here, cursor selected, and then I'm probably gonna make a different collection for the characters. I'm gonna just make this collection. Let's try and be organized first, I guess. So I'm gonna name this cam and lights, and I'm gonna make a new collection. Call this sketches, and I'll be putting everything that we have here inside there. Also this circle object right there, that's actually the cave in this spinner web cage reference that I did. So we have our sketches collection here, which contains all of the like these sketch elements. So now we are going to make another collection and call this characters. This is where I'm gonna be putting the grease pencil objects for each of the characters, and like what I've said, I'm gonna be separating each character in their each grease pencil objects. I'm gonna start with LUXA. I'm gonna add a blank grease pencil object right there on the cursor, and then I'm gonna start doing some line arts or inking. So maybe I'll just use sketch black. Actually, don't need to be named sketch black. Just, you know, black will do. So yeah, I'm going to select this grease pencil object, and for this grease pencil objects, I'm actually gonna be naming them. I'm gonna name this LUXA, and then let's start inking. Sketch for LUXA here. I'm probably gonna settle with a simple Underlander, you know, Underlander traveling clothes. So I'm just gonna switch the draw here, and then switch this to a pen, and I do hope the stream is fine. And yeah, let's just do this thing. So I'm gonna set this the stroke placement to origin, so that it follows the origin of the grease pencil object, which is, you know, right there, right here. Let's just, oops, not good. I'm gonna shift S, cursor to selected, so it's back, and I'm gonna go back to drawing. So let's just try out stuff first. I'm gonna set the active smooth to 0.5 and probably make the post-processing smooth to 0.5 as well. We'll see how this looks. I'm gonna start right there. That's too thick. Probably 7 will do. 7 is kind of thick still. So I'm not really sure about the inking, if we'll be needing this ink here. I wanted to do this artwork the way I did the spoiler rich artwork that I did with Gregor, the Bane, and Ares. Like right at the end of their fight scene. If you've read the book, you know which part that would be. At the end of their fight scene. See, I can't show it, of course, because that'll spoil a lot for those who haven't read the book yet. But I'm just testing out the stroke here. I'm not sure about using a line though, like a line art, or to ink it. I'm gonna make sure the radius is like, it's like that, so that we have that tapering happening. So I think the smoothness of the, yeah, I really like the feel of grease pencils. Like when you draw in grease pencil, it feels so nice. See, I'm going to start with the face probably, or maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. I don't really know where to start here. Maybe the collar. Yeah, I'm gonna start with the collar. Not like that. Probably like so. Like that. And that's about right, I guess. There we go. And then the parts right here. So yeah, that looks nice. Gonna start with the arm guard here. So, like I said in the previous video, I don't have a. I'm just gonna check on something. I'll be right back. Everything's good. Keep working. Okay. Just needed to check if there's someone at the door. Anyways, let's keep going with this. Arm guard right here. So I'm not gonna be too detailed about this with this artwork. And I might have to adjust like LUXA's reach here. Cause her arm's probably too long, and that's not gonna be difficult with Blender, because I can just go to edit mode and just, you know, tweak it more. That's why I decided to do this in Blender, because I was gonna do this in Krita, but then I would lose this, like, this being able to, like, edit this if I want. I want to be able to still have that, so that later on, if there are mistakes, I can keep editing. And that's what I like about Blender, about the grease pencil. So for the sword, I might have to... Let's just go to the layers here. I'm gonna call this ink. Might have to do more sketches, like further detailed sketches, just quick ones, and so we don't. I'm gonna pick a pencil, just so we have like a clear idea of how the sword looks here. Increase the strength. I'm probably gonna be bending the sword just to signify. I mean, just to make it look like it is in motion. So I'm gonna be bending it like that, because LUXA's like rotating counterclockwise that way. So the sword should be like kind of bended as well, just to show motion. Hey, Northstream universe, yeah, being able to edit, you know, even your 2D drawing, being able to edit it with Blender is really awesome. I'm planning on making a comics with Blender too. So yeah, I'm just gonna make a quick sketch here of what the sword will look, of how the sword will look. So I'm not gonna be too detailed about it. I'm just gonna draw lines so that I'm guided with. I'm probably gonna be yeah, comics. It's actually something that I've been planning for a long time, and I just haven't gotten around to starting doing it because I'm still acquiring knowledge on how to actually do it, and I think I'm kind of ready for it. Probably gonna be starting on making like an original story soon, as a comic, but I won't be sharing more about that yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the sketch grease pencil object. I'm gonna go back to draw. LUXA's already selected. Oops, not that, because I wanna erase this part right here. Just so I can see the sword. Excuse me. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be adding a line art for the sword. I think it would look nice without a line art. We'll see. Go back to our LUXA grease pencil object here. Wait a minute, because it looks like we haven't selected it properly. Oh yeah. How do Northstream universe? How can you say that animations takes takes less work than a comic? I mean, can you elaborate on that? because I actually I have no idea if it is more work to make a comic. I think animation takes more time. But why do you think the animation takes less work than a comic? But yeah, the comic that I'm planning to I plan to make like a comic with 3D characters instead of drawing them. That's the kind of thing that I'm planning to do, but still like giving that 2D like cell shading illusion thing. I'm not really sure yet, but we'll see. That's probably depending on the kind of animation you're doing, because there are animations that takes less than a week to make, and there are animation that takes like months to make. It really depends on the motion that you're working on, like if how the characters are moving and stuff. Yeah, I'm really planning on like a 3D comic, but I really want to do it like in a really awesome way. I want to be able to do it awesomely, not just not like how usually. I mean, I haven't really seen any good 3D comics, but yeah. I wanna make sure that when I make a comic, it's gonna look awesome. Not just look awesome, but will also have like a really nice story. So I'm gonna start with the hair here. So yeah, a 3D comic would be easier than a 2D comic, because you don't have to draw the characters over and over again. You just have to post them around, and then I could have like a base mesh of the character so that I can change their clothes to whatever I want, depending on what they're doing. And I don't have to draw it from scratch, because I'm not exactly that great at drawing. I mean, I'm not great with details. Just I've nailed down the proportions and stuff. Well, I'm not even at 100% in proportions, but still able to draw decently, I guess. But not as great as like some of my friends who can really draw awesome like artworks. Gonna delete this line right here, because I want that to continue. Here's probably right here. So yeah, like that. And then I'm gonna finish the arm right here. And do this. So creases, that's something that I am not also great at doing. Clothes creases. But maybe I can nail this one. Yeah, that's something that's also challenging, like drawing characters over and over again, like the same character. That's also one of the things that you need to learn to do if you were gonna be 2D animating. And of course, it's important with comics as well if you're gonna be drawing it over and over again. But yeah, it's a skill that's not exactly that easy to. It takes time to probably like really nail it, but it can be studied, can be learned, I think. I mean, they teach it in like animation schools, I think. But yeah, I haven't been to any school, so I can't really be sure about that one. But from what I've watched and like read, it's one of the like required assets or skill for animation. Yeah, even I tried practicing doing that before, and I think I've managed to do it, but I feel really rusty right now. Yeah, I'm mostly self-taught, like learning stuff from resources online. Because art schools are, expensive and far away from where I am. So during the time that I wanted to study it, I didn't really know where to go. Then I discovered the internet and how you really can learn art without going to school. So that's the route I took, and I think it pays off. Maybe, I don't know. Haven't exactly gotten to that point yet, but they say it takes time to get there, like, having an audience and just be able to like share your works to people who are waiting for you to share them. So yeah, does that line work good? I'm gonna turn off the overlays here so we don't see the extra lines that's coming from other elements in our viewport here. So maybe like so. I'm going to have to start inking Aurora now, so I can draw the rest of LUXA there, the legs and other things. So the fur of Aurora going like pointing that direction because she's rotating counterclockwise that way. So we are now 28 minutes in the stream, and I plan to do the streams like in an hour. So we might only do LUXA, do the inking for LUXA within that hour. I don't know. We'll see. There may be a part 2 to the inking tomorrow. So for the bats, I'm not gonna make it really detailed. Because again, that's like my weakness. And I know I have to work on it, but since drawing is something that I'm not gonna be doing that often because I'm more into 3D animation and 3D modeling, I should be working on that weakness, like adding more details on my 2D animation. But then again, I can just do 3D modeling and add the details on a 3D character. And right now I'm only drawing this in 2D because I don't have the models for LUXA and the flyers yet. That's why I'm resorting to drawing them. Because the previous artworks for the Underland for TUPR challenge is in 3D. So I'm gonna add Aurora's eyelashes here. And just do that. Maybe just add this for a guide, because Aurora doesn't exactly. I mean, the bats don't have like a pupil, or it's not visible. For some bats, but there are bats that has a pupil. I mean, the pupil can be seen by the naked human eye. Yeah, bats are blind. But the eyes on the bats here are mainly for expression. And eyelashes, like you just add the eyelashes to kind of show. Eyelashes like makes a character more feminine. So yeah, let's just draw the nose here. So there are many kinds of bats with different looking noses. But for Aurora, I'm gonna make like a fox like the fox like looking bats. That's what I'm trying to do for Aurora here, but Aurora doesn't really have a final design yet. So the teeth right here. Is Aurora looking really fierce. I'm gonna be drawing her fur here, like lion-like, thick fur, right around her neck, covering LUXA's leg here. Also on the other side. So my hand is starting to cramp. Let's move it around for a bit. Okay. Let's continue. Just a thick fur there. Probably gonna reduce the opacity of the sketch here because it's starting to, my eyes are starting to like, so I'm just gonna reduce the opacity here, not too much. Okay, now let's select this grease pencil object again. Just open overlays for a while so we can see. There we go. Draw. Why can't I? Oh, can't select it. There we go. Okay, now I can draw the rest of LUXA here. Probably add more fur, like right behind there. Okay, now we can draw LUXA. She got like this skirt thing. I designed the dress so that she's wearing like this skirt thing. Or a kilt or whatever. Whatever it's called. Like so. So I'm just gonna make LUXA and Aurora like one element here, one layer. I could separate them. I mean, in a normal animation, you should probably separate them. But for this, I just want them to be in one layer. Like, they're one layer. So, there we go. For LUXA's leg, which is now covered behind Aurora's fur here. And I think the Underlanders are not wearing boots or shoes. They're wearing like sandal things. Sandal-like boots. So I'm just gonna do this. 4 and 5. There we go. probably gonna add more. Gonna add some. Yeah, like I said, I'm not that great with drawing sometimes. So the other leg won't be visible because it's really covered by Aurora's fur. And then I'm gonna draw the rest of Aurora. Aurora's back fur here. So yeah, this is Aurora. The name of the bat is Aurora. And if you want to know what the story is, you can read Susan Collins's Gregor the Overlander. It's a 5-part series actually, called The Underland Chronicles. And the first book is Gregor the Overlander. So I'm just gonna be drawing the fur here. Do this. And then the rest of the wing. So I'm actually really looking forward into modeling the bats in 3D. Because I really like creatures, modeling creatures. They're easier than like modeling characters. So yeah, it's gonna be really fun modeling the bats. The rigging part is gonna be painful though. Okay, my hand's cramping a lot right now. So yeah, for this stream, we're probably just gonna do line arts for LUXA. For this LUXA layer here. And the rest I might do off camera. Or off camera, off recording. Or maybe we'll do it tomorrow, we'll see. So for this part of the wing, I'm gonna use a curve. So it's really clean, but I guess it works. Just gonna add more detail right at the bottom there, using freehand. Probably not like that, maybe like this. So I still need to learn a lot in the bat's anatomy before modeling them actually. Because this may not be the right way of doing it. But I've seen some bats, and both drawings and actual bats. So I'm just referring my design of the bat wing here to those. Probably thicker from the top, then thinner to the bottom, because it's this one's nearer or closer to the camera, and this part is further. So I'm just gonna do that, like a really janky way of doing this. Not aiming to be perfect or anything, just to give you the illusion of a wing here, which should be enough, I hope. Maybe I'll curve it. Let's undo further. Curve it like this. And then the skin part. And then I'm gonna curve it towards the body like that. And that's our first wing. Let's go to the other one. So the fur is always going that way. So yeah, that's also one of the things that I'm looking forward to. Both positively and negatively with the bats in 3D. The fur. Simulating fur. Wonder if I can
if I'd be able to do it. I'm even kind of still. I'm also not sure about Gregor's and Boots' hair. If I can actually add physics simulation on it, if my laptop can handle it. Not really sure about that part yet. I'm gonna find out soon though. But yeah, I really need to upgrade my PC. Like I really need to buy like a better PC if I wish to proceed with the project, because it becomes more and more demanding as I progress. And yeah, you can help me with that by supporting me in KoFi, by the way. Buying me a golden doodle fuel, which is something that I'll be making a video of soon. So I'm not sure if I probably don't need this guys here. Let's delete those. Turn on overlays again. I'm gonna delete the stuff that I added here. So I'm going to start at the top here. So yeah, for this stream we're definitely only going to be doing LUXA. Doing the inking for LUXA. Because this is taking a while. Just for the LUXA and Aurora here. And then I got like a bunch more characters that I need to draw there. I need to ink. So like that. I didn't need a curve, I guess, for this one. Let's just do it like this. So I'm gonna match the number of bones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 2, 3, and 4. See, I really need to study the bat's anatomy, like really finalize their design before when I'm gonna be modeling them soon. Because after episode 1 of the Underland project, I'll be working on LUXA next. I'll be 3D modeling her, and then probably the humans first, like the Underlanders first. LUXA, or probably not. Probably gonna like LUXA, then her bond, which is Aurora. I'm gonna be modeling Aurora, and I'm gonna be using Aurora's bat model as a base mesh for the rest of the bats. So yeah, that's like what I'm planning to do for the rest of the characters of the Underland project, translating them into 3D. First LUXA, then Aurora, then another human, then another bat, then another human, and another bat, until I'm able to like have 3D character models of the major characters of the Underland Chronicles, like, you know, LUXA, probably Solivet and Vicus as well, Henry, Marith, and Perdita, because I might need them, Marith and Perdita, and their bonds, the bats, and I might, depending on the on what I've learned in modeling LUXA and the others, I might remodel Gregor, because I'm not exactly satisfied with his character model right now, but I'm sticking with it because it's what I've done in the past years. I'm gonna be using that character for the animations, but I might do I might redo Boots and Gregor for the rest of the animations. But yeah, let's keep going with this. Let's go to LUXA's face. So I'm going to make the radius of this even smaller. So yeah, let's just do this, I guess. No, probably start from the, so that the tapering is more here. And then do this. And then the other one, just 2 eyelashes here. For the 3D model, it's gonna be like Gregor's, but longer probably. We'll see. So I'm just gonna draw a simple circle here because I'm gonna be replacing that later on with a proper looking pupil. And then the nose, just the holes. Probably something like that. Yeah. That's probably enough for the nose, and I'm gonna deal with the rest while coloring. There's LUXA doing the Coiler. So we have the line for LUXA here almost done. We just need to do the sword. So I don't have final designs for Underlander swords yet, so I'm gonna go with the generic sword designs. Generic, simple sword designs. And I don't think LUXA has like a sword that you always use, because they often lose the sword that they use in the Underland. And I think LUXA is the kind of person who would just use any kind of sword that at her disposal. As long as it does its job of killing rats or enemies. That's probably really thick. I'm gonna reduce the radius. Actually, I should have just settled with it and used Alt S to reduce the thickness. There is an option to reduce the thickness after you like. That's also one of the things that I like about drawing in Blender. It's that you can go ahead and like select this. You can reduce the thickness of it. If it's too thick, I can just press Alt S and reduce the thickness. And I'm probably just gonna copy that one. Oh crap. We have done a real big mistake, but the good thing, our sketch is not that complicated. I actually put the inking in the sketch layer here. But it's a good thing that our sketch is just this sword here and not a lot of sketches. Oh boy. It's an easy fix. So I'm just gonna Control Z that. I'm gonna delete the sketch, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna delete the sketch. This is the only things inside the sketch layer, because the other sketches are in this other grease pencil object, and it's a good thing I did that, because like 40 minutes of hard work would have been like 30 minutes of hard work, I think, would have been wasted because of my stupidity. So yeah, I'm just gonna duplicate this so they're equal, like so. And of course, I'm gonna be deleting this part right here, because the bottom of the sword doesn't look like that. Like this part of the sword that's close to the hilt. It's more like this. And I might add some smearing later on to this. Like, do something like that or something. We'll see. For now, I think we're done with LUXA here. It's probably a really thin sword. Might have to. It's like a samurai sword. But that's not the kind of sword they use, so I'm gonna be moving that. And make the sword thicker here. That should be how thick their sword would be. I'm gonna redo this part right here. L. And draw. So I might do the rest of the characters off camera or off recording. Or do it tomorrow. I'll probably do it off recording so that tomorrow we can start. I might not even be able to finish it by tomorrow, so we might still be doing some inking tomorrow. But for now, this is it. LUXA. We have inked LUXA. Let's turn that off. I'm gonna go to object mode. As you can see, That looks nice. I'm gonna turn off the other layers for a while. Probably turn off the whole grease pencil object here. And this is the sketch grease pencil object, but yeah! LUXA and Aurora are right here. I'm gonna turn off circle, or you know, I just disable the whole sketch, and we can see LUXA and Aurora. So yeah, I think we're gonna end the stream with this. Just LUXA. The rest would be easier because the further we go, the less detailed they'd have to be. Because if I render that, those, even if it's detailed here, you won't really see that after rendering it, because it's gonna be like, it's gonna following the same standard rules in like rendering an image. I mean, the further, unless I make the image bigger, which I can't do because my laptop can't handle it. I already set it to like a 1080p. I set it to 1080p, but 200% of it, so times 2 of this, it's about 2K or 3K. It's about 3K and a 3K image. But yeah, this is it for this stream, I guess. We have made a line work for LUXA here. Not exactly that great, but you know, like I said, I'm not that great at drawing. I just want to show you. I just want to make like a quick fan art that's decent enough, I guess, for the series. And soon they'll be turned into 3D models anyways, and for those it will be really detailed, hopefully. But for now, this is it. This is part 3 of the Coiler stream, Coiler art stream. And yeah, we've inked LUXA, and I'm gonna be inking the rest off camera, and then do the rest later on for tomorrow's stream. So yeah, this is it, I guess. That's all. Thanks to the ones who's watched, you know, till the end. Currently there's two concurrent viewers. Whoever you are, thank you for watching up to this point. Or, you know, if you've whatever, just still thank you for watching. To Nordstream Universe for a quick nice chat about comics. And yeah, I plan to publish comics of my own, original story. Might do some Underland Chronicles comics. I don't know. We'll see. Future is uncertain. Anyways, this is it. That's all for this stream. My name is MJ Velchas, and yeah, I need to go work on the Underland Project episode 1. So only a few more shots left to animate. Oh yeah.